Hi, I'm your girlfriend's friend. Can we be friends? And he says, I blocked her. Baby, I didn't, you don't have to be.
Boy, there's no real easy way to say this, but, look, you're a simp.
So he says, because all guys are insecure. Yeah, sort of sometimes. r/NotHowGuysWork. Doesn't even need to be on the date, TBH. It applies to every situation. She says, I miss going on a date with a man and watching the light in his eyes disappear when he realizes that I'm funnier than him. No, you're not. He just told you that because he wants to bang you.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.
I'm sorry, I got rough news for you. But the funniest woman that I've ever known has not been funnier than the funniest man that I've ever known. Take this anecdotal evidence on board. Yeah, just I've been in stand-up comedy. I know a lot of stand-up comics, okay?
Hey, girls are funny, Wendy, okay? Get over it. Just do women's comedy stuff, you know, talk about how fat you are and how you want to have with guys and then say, yeah, a lot.
This OP says, I wish more men did this. This fucking dude that looks like Scooby-Doo walks up to his friend and he says, hey man, are you alright? You seem kinda down. And he says, honestly, never mind, I'm good. And Shaggy says, you know, it's okay to talk to me about things because we're friends. We get told to be stoic and strong and never cry, but that's wrong. I know it's hard to do, but sometimes you have to talk. Feelings don't make you weak. No, they don't, but you will inevitably use them to stab me in the back at some point, so I can't share them with you. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And he says, thanks, man. Yeah, sometimes it is okay to open up. Sometimes it's good and healthy, but you gotta be really sure. I don't trust Shaggy with all this, alright?
Like snorting Scooby snacks was a good idea, Scoob.
Me offloading my burdens onto you, it only serves to increase your own ego. You don't actually want to help me. Whatever, it's fine. We're not gonna armchair psychology this one. We'll keep it moving with our next post. Hey guys! Is it gay to have eyelashes? Yeah, totally. You butterfly kiss people with those? What the fuck? Go put on your little fairy boots. Men are reportedly trimming their eyelashes in order to look quote-unquote less feminine. See, this is what happens. This is the other end of toxic masculinity, alright? You're a little boy and you get told for so long that being masculine is toxic and you should disavow that part of yourself. And then you come out the other end of it all with the hormones and all. And you're like, okay, well now I'm going to be the most masculine and toxic person that I can be. And where do I start with that? Eyelashes. I definitely do pluck my eyebrows, but I gotta get rid of those fucking eyelashes. Like, I've been complimented on my eyelashes quite a little bit. You definitely look way fucking dumber without them, I'll tell you that. But at least, you know, now if you get into a fight, nobody's gonna pull on your eyelashes. Just your broccoli hair. Okay, whatever. Have a lovely day with your $5 razor, Mr. Vegetable Head. Bye. This OP says, hey fellas, is it gay to go down on your lady?
I ain't exactly gay, but I ain't exactly not gay.
I mean, that's just your excuse for being bad at it, isn't it? Embarrass yourself once, don't want to get back on the horse. Come on, it's time to try again. This guy says, why wouldn't you want to go down? That's like one of my #1 favorite things that I want to do to a chick. And he says, it's submissive. Just say you're gay and move on. Submissive. Yeah, sure. There's a dude that's scared to have his booty ate. You're missing out on a whole magical world.
Big D, you saying you eat pussy?
Yeah, motherfucker, I eat everything. I eat the pussy, I eat the butt, I eat every motherfucking thing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do this today. We're just gonna keep it moving. That's fine. This OP says this is straight up homophobic and not funny, even if satire. Oh, women are so beautiful. I understand why some women are lesbians, but I'll never understand why some men are gay. Honestly, I've had exactly that thought. Is it homophobic? I guess it is. But you're allowed to think it. You're just not allowed to say it out loud. I don't know the rules anymore. I don't care to keep up with it. But yeah, I don't know who Madison Beer is, but she's caused some controversy today, hasn't she? Who cares? We're moving on. This OP says light-hearted posts to make fun of. Are you sure? I just want to make sure nobody's gonna get too bent out of shape about gay things. Reese the health bra says, men who don't like cats are secretly gay. Cats are almost identical to women in their attitude and mannerisms. If you can't bond with a cat, you'll never have a stable relationship or good marriage. Dogs are like your boys, always there, excited. Cats must be seduced. Tell me you're a furry without telling me you're a furry, huh? Please don't seduce your cat, whatever you do. Personally, I like all the animals that live at my house. I have bonded with the 2 cats that we have, but they'll never be quite at the level of a dog, and a dog will never be quite at the level of a person, which I feel behooves me to remind everybody every once in a while. Good boundaries make good dogs, good kids, good marriage for that matter. How long has Reese been married? You know what? I don't care to check. It's fine. When your wife starts to get jealous of the cat, I'll be there to say, you know, I told you so. We're moving on. Next poster says, fellas, hate to break it to you, but doing it with a woman totally makes you gay now.
Everyone is gay. What do you mean everyone? Everyone!
I think I've seen this everywhere. I don't know if I've read it on the channel, though. Pegging the wife chronically makes a man feminine. Man has sensitive mucosa membranes along glands. The cloud pocket produces and secretes estrogen. You're putting your member in a heavily estrogenified environment, and that makes it absorb estrogen into your bloodstream at the most vulnerable part of the body. Testosterone production blocked. Yeah, that's not really how it works. They don't just cancel each other out. I think what this really is a sour grapes moment. You know, he doesn't get it, so he's like, well, good. I'm glad I don't get it anyways. I didn't even want it.
You sure about that?
Even if you threw it at me, I would never partake in that succulent fish wrinkle. Sure you wouldn't, pal. Yeah, if you did, you're totally gay. All right, we're moving on. This OP says 11 years old. They clearly know what they're doing, which makes me want to slap you in the mouth until I get the context of this teacher that started molesting a student, essentially, when he was quite young. Disgraced teacher's shock behavior in court after having a 13-year-old male student's baby, which is disgusting in and of itself, but this Redditor decides to, like, make it all about himself, which is hilarious. Oh, this is so sad. 11 years old are banging more than short-ass grown men. I'm done, man. I'm gonna go drink my life away and pass out on a Saturday night. Yeah, that's the way to deal with it. Don't chase after the thing that you want. Lay down and rot, right? It's been chosen more times than I care to recount. And to be jealous of somebody who literally had their entire life thrown off course at just 11 years old is it's a wild take to have. But I want to spend no more time on this mess, so we'll keep it moving as we do. This OP says, back it up, boys. Men just suck at everything. Hell yeah, we do. We're the best at sucking.
Bro, what did you just say? You're gay! He's gay!
Well, never mind. Nisa says, humanity sucks. You mean men? Humans are so cruel. You mean men? Humans destroy our Earth. You mean men? Humans always default to war. You mean men? Violence and selfishness is human nature. You mean male nature. Humans cannot be trusted with power. You mean men. Yeah. All the problems were men's fault the entire time.
Men, we don't know what we did.
Never mind the fact that throughout the course of history, queens have declared war far more often than kings, because I think only a man can truly grasp what it means to send other men to fight and die for him. Although, maybe it's just like politicians nowadays and doesn't truly give a shit. And once you get to a certain level, stepped on enough necks, it doesn't matter what you got between your legs. You sold your soul. You belong to the company now. Yeah. To address the point, women are cruel as well. I know you don't want to admit it because of your own aims, but objectively you're wrong. So we're moving on. This OP says, what the actual fuck? That is not how spermatozoa work. This is from Comfy Culture on Twitter. And she said, that stuff is just swimming around in your eyeballs. Know that guy from Tinder you hooked up with that night you met him? He lives inside of you now. Forever. Casual intimacy is disgusting. Stop. I mean, accidentally based? I don't know, man. She went about the shit all wrong, but she got the right answer at the end of the day. I think that's what's important. She shared a thing that said sperm is alive. It's living cells when it's injected into you. Oh, injected. Like a surgical procedure. It swims and swims until it crashes headlong into a wall, and then it attaches and burrows into your flesh. If it's in your mouth, it swims and climbs into your nasal passages, inner ear, and behind your eyes. Then it digs in. It enters your bloodstream and collects in your brain and spine.
So your brain doesn't f***ing work. You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Just like these little parasites. They don't have teeth or anything. They're wriggling through a mucous membrane. Osmosis Jones will stop them.
Osmosis Jones, Farrelly Brothers' seminal work, masterpiece of cell-based cinema, buddy cop perfection in a mucus-drenched body horror fever dream. Bill Murray is dying and I'm living. Never trust a Thrax, always back the Jones. Educational, emotional, explosive, Gubbins approved.
It's a lot of fun, I'll say that. I don't know if anybody likes it quite as much as Gubbins, though. But yes, the barrier is there. Osmosis Jones is patrolling. He's gonna zap any stray seeds that some dude left in your nasal passages and inner ear and behind your eye before your brain gets pregnant. It's really not much up there. Anyway, she says, it's like something out of a sci-fi movie. It becomes a part of you and you can't get rid of it. We're only now beginning to understand the full power and ramifications of human intimacy. I mean, I think it's been pretty nailed down for a while. It's not going into your cerebrospinal fluid, okay? It lives and wriggles around in there looking for a way for a couple days and then it dies. But the synapses that are formed from that casual experience never die, which is probably why I agree with the point of the post, which is, yeah, casual sex is disgusting. Cool, yeah, what a ride. Let's go to the next post. This OP says, men are not allowed to be friends with their partner's friends. Is that a good rule? Hi, I'm your girlfriend's friend. Can we be friends? And he said, well, obviously, what's your name? Oh, that's what boys say. And then what men say on the other side. Hi, I'm your girlfriend's friend. Can we be friends? And he says, I blocked her. Baby, I didn't, you don't have to be.
Boy, there's no real easy way to say this, but, look, you're a simp.
I hope your relationship's not like that. That is deeply concerning. That means you're dating somebody who is not a woman in her mental mind, you know? Playing little baby bullshit, high school games. I ain't got time for that. Yeah, your friend wanted to be my friend. Is that okay? Yes or no? Are you comfortable with that? Don't be a little simp boy and like immediately, I blocked her. Yeah, I knew what you were going to tell me to do, so I did it. Grow a pair. Open a conversation about it. Whatever. Stupid post. Next one. This one says self-explanatory. This woman says, things that I think should be for girls only, no men. Ordering a side salad, self-explanatory. You think men don't enjoy a salad once in a while? I mean, probably not me personally, but other guys probably do, maybe. Using multiple pillows. Sweet dreams, princess. WTF? Dude, I use like a minimum of 3 pillows. I'm such a brat. Also tapping to pay with your phone. Swipe a card like a man. It's just convenience. Although it did weird me out when I was in the US because I didn't have any of that shit set up. I'm like, I would like to pay with cash. And they're like, we don't do that here anymore. What the fuck? Taking selfies. This one's self-explanatory. Yeah, why would a man want to look at himself? That's stupid. Seat belts. I thought you're good at driving. The last one's kind of funny. I literally will not drive the car unless everybody's buckled in. I don't think I'm good at driving. And even if I did think I'm good at driving, other people overestimate their skill at driving. It's fucking danger. Put your seatbelt on. While we wait, I'm gonna take some selfies and use multiple pillows for a nap and order a side salad while tapping to pay with my phone on Uber Eats. Just to get under your skin, you know? Because even if you think it's for girls only, I disagree. And if it gives you the ick or whatever and gets you away from me faster, then hey, double win. She's just a peach, isn't she? All right, well, we'll keep it moving. This OP says, the boys do not know, on a short or TikTok or somebody saying, if time froze in school for 7 minutes, what are you doing? And then a bunch of little gooners running around just like, I mean, boy knows. He says, this and dipping. Nah, bro, everybody's getting poggerment. For real. I'm going for that cake. Ooh, that one girl. Everyone's gonna get poggerment. Skull emoji. Yes, a bunch of implied forced acts on unwilling participants. Great. Good for you.
What is wrong with you people?
I'm glad to know who you are immediately, so I can stay far away from you. It is not a good look. Maybe you think it's a little jokey joke, but I don't know. That's like you're sort of testing the waters, trying to give yourself permission. I'm not good with it. But whatever. Maybe they're young, you know. Who hasn't posted a few rape threats online when they were young? That's a joke. No sane person does that. I don't know what app this is, but everybody needs to get off it. I am for real. Okay, next one. This OP says, I'd like this guy to try and explain what feminist means. It's on Twitter, and he says, you're so feminist you don't even know it. Living with a woman you're not married to is feminist. Making a woman pay any of your rent at all is feminist. That's right. I believe in you enough to contribute. Unfortunately for you, I don't fit either of those qualifications. I'm married to my wife. I pay all the rent. I say it again. I'm not a feminist. I'm an egalitarian. Actual equal rights, you know? Everybody fitting into the role that they were best designed to fit into. You know what I'm saying. Now I sound just as dumb as this guy probably, so I'm gonna keep it moving. This OP says, boys, is it wrong to find women attractive and start a family when they're 30? I mean, you get in where you fit in, man. It happens when it happens type of stuff. Somebody says, why does this generation seem to be so against having kids? Most men want a family, but most women waste their 20s chasing careers that most men couldn't care less about, only to settle down in their 30s when their prime fertile years are over. Someone had to say it. Well, I'm glad that you felt brave enough to. Now I'm just going to put you on mute and forget that you exist forever. Chick comes in and says, it's crazy to think that women don't live their lives for men. Is it wasteful of men to chase careers in their 20s? Honey, what Stone Age rock are you living under to think that women aren't plenty fertile well into their 30s and beyond? And he says, not desirable in your 30s. Sorry. Yeah, said the basement-dwelling Twitter shitposter.
You probably think your opinions matter. What the hell are you talking about? You're wrong.
I don't think you're going to make the cut, honestly. You're a genetic dead end. The family tree is going to be chopped down and used for firewood. Well, because your loins are like dried buckwheat. You're like, oh no, I couldn't possibly with a woman in her 30s. Why not? They're fucking put together, I'll say that. At least, you know, some of them. The ones that spun out probably spun out already. But just keep your head on a swivel. The 30s is fine. Just find somebody you connect with, for God's sake. I'm pretty sure that's what life's all about, anyway. This OP says, no, because I genuinely don't listen to Taylor Swift. It's Nikki Vincentia on some stupid social media. She says, me at my cis guy coworker. Did you like Taylor Swift's new album, Him with a Smile? I really don't listen to Taylor Swift. Men will smile at you because they're proud of their toxic masculinity. And in that moment, I felt a glimmer of misogyny along with hurt because I love her. What do you get an actual fucking personality? Work on developing yourself outside of liking Taylor Swift and maybe things will turn around for you. To mask how I felt, I said, oh no, that's totally fine. I don't expect everyone to love her. I just think her new album's really good and I love her. And I lifted myself up in doing so. Yeah, and then I came on social media to give myself some ass pats.
No way! Oh, I don't believe you.
That's so ridiculous. Like, you know he's a cis guy and you wanted to ask him about his opinion on Taylor Swift. You know what the answer's gonna be. You wanted to be hurt and the victim so you could make your little social media post. And now you did. Do you feel better? Probably not. 33 likes, 319 comments. That's not a good ratio. I'd like to go dig around in there, but I know it'll only devolve. So instead, we'll keep it moving. This OP says, I don't know if this is satire. He, headache, men, menace, cheater, mentally ill, he, heinous, he, hell, inhuman, he, heartbreak, mental breakdown, wretched, unhealthy, maniac, manipulation, menstruation, hashtag men are the problem. Yeah, if only we mixed the whole language around, everything would be better. These things wouldn't exist anymore if we just called them a different thing. Okay, but then yeah, wouldn't the new thing start being the thing that you don't like? Then we just change the name again, whatever. Okay, yeah, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Moving on. This OP says, all men are biologically meant to chase after women. The way you phrase that is odd, I want you to know. He says, 100%, men are hardwired to be the pursuers. It's genetics. I'm not suggesting playing games. Nah, I'm just saying that they have a biological need to the challenge. This was the best advice my late mother gave me. Yeah, everybody enjoys the chase a little bit, but like I said, you're making it a little weird. Then he responds to somebody else, I guess, saying essentially the same thing. Absolutely not! Chasing's when you're putting pressure on a guy to be in a relationship and pursuing him when he's showing little interest in you. It's constant texting, showing up at his place uninvited, that sort of thing. All that stuff just drives him away. Men love a challenge. It might sound old-fashioned, but it's always good to keep him guessing. It'll only pique his interest in you. Remember, men are hardwired to be the pursuers. If you make it too easy for them, then they'll quickly lose interest. Let's not pretend like most men out there are even that picky. Like, yeah, I guess I do like the chase, but if you wanted to deliver, well then that would be even better for me, I think. And personally, yeah, a little chase is good, but you gotta get to the goal at some point, right? And then I think to myself, no, I guess we never do. I guess that's the cruelest joke of all. Anyway, moving on. OP says, so putting on shoes is feminine now? Yeah, I want to be able to walk on the hot asphalt and not feel anything. Burn off all the nerves in my feet. This lady said, I figured out why the new Superman image seems off. Because it's an effeminate pose. It's not a good pose for a man that's supposed to be the strongest man in the universe. Yeah, just have Superman never take his boots off.
And maybe you just got your face kicked off. That is my foot in your face. Smell the embarrassed.
I think that's the true answer there. Or I guess the truest answer would be have Lois Lane do it. Like, get down there, Lois, the strongest man in the universe needs his shoes tied. That doesn't make him seem like a little baby man at all. That's much better and less effeminate. I don't know what you want. There's no winning, aside from just, yeah, not wearing shoes, I guess. Or slip-on shoes all the time. But you know, this bitch would have something to say about it. Whatever, I'm not gonna get mad at you. I ain't got time for you right now. I'm moving it along. Watchword of the day, just keep it moving. This OP says, why don't we do this? I feel immediate trepidation. Ellie says, gosh, I love women. Like, I got this Totoro bag and women keep coming up and telling me how happy it makes them. We exchange compliments and giggle and laugh and sometimes even give each other a hug and then go on about our day as perfect strangers. I love the bond we share. Lucky says, AAA, it's pure serotonin when a woman compliments me. I love it so much. Yeah, I think I enjoyed it too, like the, 4 times that it happened or something. Once a decade, that's basically good enough to keep me going. The reason that women don't do it all the time is because then you get used to it, you know? You start to expect it. If you keep it as a nice treat, once every 10 years, oh, it's so sweet on the tongue, let me tell you. Give me a compliment in the comments if you want. Let's see if I can overdose my body on serotonin. And we'll move on to the next post. This guy says, like, bro, who hurt you? Not sure of the gender. Gonna use a guy's voice. He says, I'm sorry. Isn't this secretly the way all men are, married or not? Hetero relationships summed up. Men want to do it. They call it their needs. They find a woman they can tolerate to meet their needs. The end. This is marriage between a man and a woman when you really break it down. Men don't enjoy spending time with their wives. They try to escape and hang out with their boys or whatever they want to do. But men don't get married to women because they genuinely want to spend the rest of their lives with them. They get married to get their needs met on a consistent basis, and the moment that stops, he's 100% out there looking for someone else who's willing to meet his needs. I mean, I like to think everybody in the marriage is getting their needs met.
Farewell, s***. I'll miss you, privacy. Nice knowing you, my own choices. See you later, money!
You should like spending time with your wife. Like, you dated her. You got past that phase and didn't really like her and just decided to marry her anyways. That's weird. It's a really weird way to live your life. Be like, I don't know, I don't really like her, but there's a place I could stick it sometimes. That's stupid. It's essentially just a live-in courtesan at that point, isn't it? And one would be cheaper, let me tell you. This is a fella that has never been married, never gonna be married, so I guess we ain't gotta worry about it that much. Let's keep it rolling. This OP says, this is not how we work. Are you speaking for all of us now, huh? The YouTube comment, he says, by the way, I really smiled hard when Morty was getting harassed. It's about time males get our treatment. Because it's males, they're supposed to like it. Because it's true, every single male who got essayed enjoyed it. It was hard, so that's a dead giveaway. No, that's just a biological response, okay? It doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. I'm passed out sleeping. My wife's like, oh, what's your dream about? I'm like, I don't know, silence and darkness forever. And I literally was not thinking anything at all. But yeah, I guess it is an interesting dichotomy to that other post we read where it's like, I really like getting compliments. Well, what if you had to get compliments everywhere you go? Get leers from strange men everywhere you went. Like, that's a female perspective, as far as I understand it. You've always got to be on your guard and defensive, and yeah, just because it's different from men doesn't mean it's all that different. We still want our own bodily autonomy. Thank you very much. Anyway, moving on. This OP says, why are guys naming random shit for their folders? Girls naming folders. Memories, sweet pictures. Boys. Zbee. Yes, and right above those are Fasigdafadiga and Wargarble, respectively. Like, the truth is, I'll probably remember what's in the folder. And if I don't, then I get rid of it. If the picture was really that good, it went on Google Drive, and essentially it will be saved forever until I'm dead, and they wipe that space off the drive because I stopped paying it. Because again, like I said, I'm dead. But storing things locally, come on. All of this is temporary, but especially that. It's digital, it'll last forever. No, it fucking won't. Anyway, that's a topic for another video, I guess. Oh, we'll keep it moving again. This OP says, almost all men are... What? Okay, totally sane. No issue whatsoever. She says, I hate men so much. I hate them so much. So freaking much. All they do is violate and maltreat me. My own father, my own boyfriend, my brother, my cousin, random men, friends. All these people have violated me at least once, and I want to end myself because of men. Honestly, it's super sad. Yeah, I empathize with where you're coming from. I don't understand how you could have a healthy relationship after being treated like that, and there will be a lot of work to sort through these feelings and eventually maybe start being okay with it. But don't pick up permanent problems to a temporary solution, okay? That's not what we do around here. They ruined me. They treated me like crap my whole life. My own father from the ages of 7 to 13. I don't want to live this life anymore. I want to die. I hate myself. I hate my body. I don't feel safe around men. I'm not friends with any men. I work in a female-dominated industry. I can't stand men. Being catcalled on the streets makes me want to end myself. Being groped makes me want to rip my eyes out. I've only had this happen by men. Oh, it's not all men. I don't care. I don't fucking care. If you're gonna say that to me, please go jerk it to your Elon Musk photo collection, because I hate men and nothing will ever change that. And to that I say, valid feelings. You're allowed to hate men, okay? I hope at some point you can work through it, get over it, but until that point, yeah, take all the time you need to heal. Then somebody comments and says, white male privilege, I'm an ally though, not all men. I have a lady friend and a black friend. Just shut the entire fuck up. And somebody comes in and says, well, not all men, but yeah, probably this one. I made a comment earlier in a post that was something like scariest person you know, and I said men. Almost all men are violators. All men know and socialize with people who are also violators. All men who question the victim, should someone they like be labeled a violator? All men have friends who are bad with the word no. It irks me when they gaslight otherwise. I mean, sometimes you're just not programmed to see it, but yeah. The best that somebody can really do is be like, okay, I'll try to be more conscious of that. But really, if it's not within your experience, it's a hard thing to even conceptualize. I don't think I can end the video on that post, because that was terrible. I almost hate all men after that post.
It's awful. It's all awful! It's all of it, and every single one of them sucks!
So we'll try our luck again. This OP says, blue balls doesn't exist. It feels like it does. I don't know, sometimes. She says, dude, jerking it's a thing, and women aren't responsible for your aching blueies. And another woman says, that doesn't even exist. Okay, but again, it really feels like it exists. You personally could never be responsible for this simply because of the way that you look, but it will get taken care of one way or the other. I don't mean to burden you with this knowledge. It's just a factual statement. Nothing meant to offend here. Anyway, moving on. This OP says, men's rules found in the wild. Yeah, men have so many rules, you know? I thought being a man was about, like, going your own way, making your own fucking decision. But no, apparently it's about rules. Gotta keep track of all the rules.
Stop acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules.
Please no, these are numbered 1 on purpose. 1, boobs are for looking at, and that's why we do it. So don't try to change that. I probably picked the wrong voice for this, but I'm gonna stick with it. 1, learn to work the toilet seat. You're a big girl. If it's up, put it down. We need it up, you need it down. You don't hear us complaining about you leaving it down. Well, we've agreed in my house to just shut the top lid all the way, even before you flush it, so there's no fecal matter flying out all over your toothbrushes and whatnot. That's the true egalitarian answer to this riddle. And number 1, Saturday equals sports. It's like the full moon or the changing of the tides. Let it be. Yeah, who's your favorite sports ball team, dude? You seem like a manly man, dude. You wear another man's name on your back, dude?
He's kinda gay.
It's not gay, come on.
Number 1, shopping's not a sport, and no, we're never gonna think of it that way. I don't know who even suggested that. You might be misinterpreting some signals there. 1, crying is blackmail. It can be, but I don't generally think that it is. She feels something. She wants to share that with you. Sometimes she says she doesn't want to share it with you, but really she does. Just ask very directly, please. Please, I really do want to know. Share with me. Come on. Number 1, ask for what you want. Let's be clear on this one. Subtle hints do not work. Strong hints do not work. Obvious hints do not work. Just say it. Yeah, what's the fun in that? A little Scooby mystery can keep the spark alive in your relationship. He doesn't know that. He's never made it long enough in a relationship for the spark to die. Either that or the spark's been dead since, like, the jump. Number 1, yes and no are perfectly acceptable answers to almost every question. No. Number 1, come to us with a problem only if you want help solving it. That's what we do. Sympathy's what your girlfriends are for. I mean, it is a hard thing for me to try and learn. I think I'm getting slightly better at it, but yeah, I don't think my sympathy's really all that believable a lot of times. Number 1, a headache that lasts for 17 months is a problem. See a doctor! Are you talking to, like, your ex or something like that? She just didn't want to do it with you? That's not why. She didn't have a headache. You're just stinky. You know? Well, you gotta wash your stinky parts. Then it'll be a lot more fun for everybody involved, see? Whatever. Anyway, number 1! Anything we said 6 months ago is inadmissible in an argument. In fact, all comments become null and void after 7 days. That's right, bro. I'm living my life in the fast lane, in the right here, right now. I'm sorry I banged that lot lizard out behind the love dumpster, but you didn't object to it and filed divorce within 7 days, so now it's null and void according to this Facebook post that I made when I was drunk. Okay, cool, yeah, that'll hold up in court. 1, if you think you're fat, you probably are. Don't ask us. Yeah, he's out here like, I'm too good to reassure my woman. I tell her she's ugly. That's fucked up. You should lift up everybody who's around you, not just the people you're in a relationship with. Terrible way to go through life. Number 1, if something we said could be interpreted 2 ways and one of the ways makes you sad or angry, we meant the other one. Yeah, I know that's what you meant, but that's not what you said, and I just feel really hurt. Number 1, you can either ask us to do something or tell us how you want it done, but not both. If you already know best how to do it, just go do it yourself. Yeah, what am I, like a handyman or something?
You know my motto, you break it,
we fix it!
This one would probably piss me off, though. You don't have to watch me do it. Do you believe that I'm capable of doing it? Why else would you have assigned me the task? Please let me set about it all on my lonesome. Thank you. Anyway, number 1, whenever possible, please say whatever you have to say during commercials. Yeah, especially if it's sport ball. Because this guy loves him some sports ball. And the team, oh my god. And that player, I put his name on my back. 1, Christopher Columbus didn't need directions, and neither do we. Dude, Christopher Columbus got an ass backwards. He thought he was in fucking India. But okay, yeah, sure. He's like, oh, Minneapolis looks different to me this time of year. It's because you're in Detroit. Mr. Too Good for fucking Google Maps out here. Whatever. Last one. All men only see in 16 colors, like Windows default settings. Peach, for example, is a fruit, not a color, with a U in it. So you know he's British, and the British, they enjoy a bit of subtlety, don't they? But not this guy. Dumbest Englishman I've seen online within the past couple of hours. I'm sorry, English people. I love you. Your dry wit and humor cuts me to the quick. Like, did you know English people could say a joke and not laugh at it? It's fascinating. It's like a superpower to me. Just completely foreign and mystical. Anyway, yeah, I don't know a lot of colors either. I'm colorblind, as a matter of fact, but I also don't make it a personality trait of mine. I try my best. That's what I'll say. This guy, clearly not trying his best. Can't even count past the number 1. Just ridiculous. Pathetic. Pitiable. It's the foulest thing ever.
Disgusting!
This OP says, that's actually kind of disgusting. I mean, some things are. He asked, did you think dongs had hair on them? Like a furry stick? Yeah, you gotta shave the whole thing. Like a banana. She said, I thought they looked like Cousin It. And he said, what the fuck is Cousin It? And then Alyssa sends, yeah, It's cousin it, all right. And she says, from the Addams Family. If you haven't seen the Addams Family, what is your childhood? Honestly. But cousin it, yeah, that's not it, dude. I'm sort of terrified by that presumption. How did you think the whole thing worked? You know what? Don't explain it to me. Never mind. We're moving on. This OP says, definitely not how breasts work. Men's breasts? Are you? I thought this was bad men's anatomy. When you find a queen, crown her. And then, yeah, she's got some stuff there, and Bayhub says, DM this to your queen! Why is this on Bad Men's Anatomy? I'm disappointed in you. Next post. Here's a rare text post, which, sure, why not? OP says, I'm getting sterilized and had a conversation with my wife. Sterilized. I like your choice of descriptor. So last night this happened. Frankly, I don't remember some of the details being taught in school. We were laughing through the whole thing because of the sheer ridiculousness. OP, I have an appointment with the doc tomorrow to get the sterilization thing started. And she says, are you sure you want to do this? OP says, totally. We've talked about it for years. She pauses and says, but what is it gonna do to you? It's gonna make me not shoot seeds everywhere anymore. That's basically it. Ain't too much to worry about there, is it? He says, I'm not sure what you mean. And she says, well, remember how the cat got all fat and lazy? OP says, what? How? Jesus Christ, I'm not having my balls cut off. She says, what are they gonna do to them? She's a fan of the boys. That's true. She's a keeper, OP. At least she's worried, you know? Even if, you know, she does want them to be shriveled and useless. Did you ever get to sow your oats, or are your loins just like dried buckwheat?
I never planted my seed. My loins are like dried buckwheat. It's not fair.
OP says, I mean, yeah, the testes do make the seeds, but thankfully they just snip or tie the tubes off from the rest of the plumbing. And she says, so you won't shoot stuff any longer? And OP says, well, I will. The rest of it's made elsewhere and then mixed. Yes. The little gnomes in my body are mixing up the jism. OP says, you can't tell the difference, or so I'm told. I don't know. He's gonna taste it. Why am I in such a mood? Okay. She says, men make them all the time though, right? What happens to all the sperm then? OP says, no idea. It withers and dies? Maybe it stops being produced because it's not needed. I'm pretty sure they don't just put in a valve so I can empty my balls from time to time. That would be convenient though. Maybe it's there. It's called your prostate. She says, well, that's good. Good luck tomorrow. And OP says, thank you. I now know that the unused sperm is absorbed back into the body. The details they gloss over. I mean, they gloss over, but you also didn't ask questions, to be fair. You're not at all curious about what they're going to do. Like, I don't know, they snip it or tie it or something. Like, it is reversible, I know that. Why is it reversible, doctor? Maybe I'm just the person to ask a lot of questions. I think it's a really good thing to be inquisitive, alright? I think you should be a little bit more inquisitive. But other than that, great. Good luck with your balls. Next post. This post says, short men are just lazy. Taylor says, there's no excuse for guys to be under 6 feet. Hit the gym, fat ass. Yes, I'll do leg lifts. Surely it will make me taller. It's like, no, it's gonna make you look more stumpy. Sorry to tell you. The nice part is, though, the short guys, they can grow muscle really fast. You know, I've never been able to really bulk out because I'm just a little too tall for all that. I understand it's supposed to be a tongue-in-cheek post, so good job. It was very funny, Taylor. Don't tell me women are not funny, guys.
Hey, girls are funny, Wendy, okay? Get over it. Just do women's comedy stuff, you know, talk about how fat you are and how you want to have sex with guys and then say, my vagina, a lot.
Okay, next post. This OP says he has a great big cock. I'm glad we know that now. He says, nice to meet you, winky face. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's hilarious. Great start. She says, hey blank, how did you get my number? From your ads on Facebook? Ads, I mean. Yes, her ads that she was running for ReddX brand super aids.
Get him out of here! He's got AIDS!
He says, you are very pretty cute. Okay. You are really very hard. Act tally, baby. You are even hard more than Kylie, crazy face. Wow. I think this fellow's deficient in some way. I don't think that gives him carte blanche to make other people's day worse, but I'm gonna show him just the slightest bit of compassion, I guess I'll call it. Because of his condition, his very clear and obvious condition, okay? I don't know who the fuck Kylie is. Kylie Minogue? Probably not. You're not classy enough. Anyway, he says, please, if you come with me India, we can make a Karma Sutra. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Indians, they do like to be horny on the internet. That's true. I have great big dog with 40 inches. You will spicy and love. 40 inches. Wow, bro. You should register that thing in the Guinness Book of World Records, because literally, I'm pretty sure that is a record breaker. Just he's from some shithole in India. I don't know. We got to get him out of there and measure his schmeat. God damn it. Anyway, let's keep it moving, I suppose. Here's a cross post from r/funny into Bad Men's Anatomy. It's titled, Men Are Like Waffles, Women Are Like Spaghetti. Of course, as we all know. What the fuck? 52 ways to wow your husband. How to put a smile on his face. Yeah, he does look happy, doesn't he? I could think of at least 2 ways. Feed him and fuck him. It's really all it takes. You do that, you'll be able to keep a man, no problem. It's by Pam Farrell, and she knows what she's talking about. Men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti. Holy shit, it says it. I thought you made that up. But no. How are women like spaghetti? How are men like waffles? I guess I'll have to read this book to find out. Good curiosity, Luke, Pam Farrell. But I bet the Gubbinses will get it figured out. Let's go check in with them, shall we?
Me see title say, men are like waffles, women are like spaghetti. Me not know what that mean, but now me crave pasta for breakfast. Gubbins.
Isn't it obvious, brother? Men are compartmentalized. 1 square for anger, 1 square for sports, 1 for crying alone in truck. Dark Gubbins.
Oh, and women spaghetti because their brain is all tangled together in one big saucy noodle blob. Gubbins?
Correct. Every thought connects. Beers connect to childhood trauma. Laundry connects to why you never called your aunt back. And somehow it all ends in tears or cake. Dark Gubbins.
I mean, what else could you ask for but cake? I don't prefer the tears, but sometimes that feels good too. Let's cry and eat some cake, everybody, but not yet, because the episode's not over. Let's keep it pushing. I do appreciate the insight too. Men are compartmentalized like waffles. I think we cracked it. Nice. Now I don't got to read the book. Next post. This OP says, a dude can't possibly tell how good looking another man is. Patently untrue, I believe. They're like, oh, you're not disfigured or horrible looking. You're probably good looking to somebody. Who cares? Somebody replies and says, it's a struggle because he's not hot whatsoever. And then somebody says, aren't you a dude? So how could you tell? And he says, have you heard of homosexuality? Yeah, I mean, that does tend to happen. But even if you're not a homosexual, I don't think you need to be to recognize that sometimes a man looks good in a nice pair of jeans. You know what I mean? I don't think that's gay to say. If you're admiring his contours, then maybe we're slipping a little bit into, some grayer territory. But nice pants, bro. I don't think that's too bad, is it?
I mean, I happen to think a man looks nice with good hair and a ponytail. But no, I'm not gay.
Rest assured, it's fine. Next post. Here's a couple more nerds arguing. Whenever someone starts a sentence with actually, there's a 50% chance they're taking shit. I think you meant talking. Or maybe just pooping, good old phone poop. Everybody knows about that. This OP's replying to something and says, wait, if 6 is a tree log, what would bigger than that be? And somebody says, okay, you're terrifying me now. There are people that reach 10 or more. In fairness, that's incredibly rare. You're extremely unlikely to accidentally encounter that. I think we're just talking about tall people in general. 6 foot, 10 feet tall people? I mean, yeah. You ever seen Albert Wadsworth or whatever his name is? His fucking shoes? My God, it's the size of my torso. If he kicked you in the chest, he would just destroy all of your organs. It's amazing. He would also break his knee because he can't stand on one leg. I don't know if that's true, actually. What were we talking about? Something stupid. I don't care. Actually, that could, in average, in a few generations, if all men on Earth start to exercise and become athletic. Yeah, we're gonna exercise ourselves to 10 feet tall, guys. Fucking gravity's gonna loosen because we exercise so much. Somebody says, I'm not sure what orifice you pulled that from, but it's laughably false. I mean, yeah, in general it is. Although I do want to be big and strong, I'll tell you that. You gotta be ready for whatever comes. The only way that I could ever actually see this coming about is like some sort of gene modification, which we're not far away from, in actuality. That's a terrifying prospect. I'm not going to go into it here. Instead, I'll move on to something equally stupid, but in a different way. Here's another cross post from r/trollxchromosomes. From a subreddit where you post looking for friends and it's against the rules to be sexual. A girl posted a rant about the loads of dudes who won't leave her alone when she asked for female friends. And the comments section on the post, of course, has loads of things like this. Shaking my head. I feel bad for you. That must be difficult. Sending nudes without consent is bizarre and wrong. I mean, that's true. Even if it is a woman sending them, please don't do that. You don't need to do that, okay? He says, you should know something about guys, though. Almost all of us are programmed to bang everything that moves like 99% of the time. That's why we're perverts. I notice you're including me in that shit pile. No, thank you. I keep my baser instincts quite in check. Thank you very much. It's because there are signals in our amygdala that are firing very frequently to do it. It's the same part of your brain that regulates thirst and hunger and anger. It's a horrible feeling to be horny all the time, but it's not a choice. Sort of it is, though. I mean, what sort of things are you focusing on, And really, at the end of the day, you did do this to yourself. Can we not accept, some personal responsibility? Please and thank you. You could choose to act differently, but would you insult a hungry man for asking for food? If he was doing it like a creep, probably I would. I take a lot of sympathy, unless you're a fucking creep. And clearly you are. He's like, I don't know how to control myself. I don't belong in a civilized society. Okay, well, then we gotta get you out of here. You need to be someplace else now. Forever. Thank you. Next post. This OP says, maybe I'm wrong because I don't have a dong, but I'm pretty sure the amount that you do it doesn't affect the size of your schmeat. Well, there you'd be wrong. Everybody knows it increases in size. the more you smash. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it gets constricted down into a little noodle. I don't know. What's your theory? This dude says, someone thought I was texting a girl, and somebody else says, nobody thought you were texting a girl. The truth right here, Lamau. Chad comes in and says, boys, I'm here to educate you. You don't need to be beta virgins forever. When I started fighting and fucking at like 13, I was just a skinny little boy. This is a cross post, r/I am very badass. He's like, yeah, I drank a fifth of bourbon and fought my dad when I was 10.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei! Okay.
Okay. Neat. I don't think it's the flex that you think it is. My father was a boxer, which meant I was training since diapers, and when I started beating up my classmates, it made all the girls all horned up. That's right, I knew they were. I could feel it down in my plums. Holy shit, man. Slowly but surely, it seemed the more that I did it, the bigger I got. And now my dong is like 10 inches, 'cause I did it a whole lot. Ha ha. I don't know if anybody's buying this, but it's precious. Of course, hindsight being 2020, I wish I fought a bit less, 'cause shaving daily's a pain in the ass, but whatever. Oh, see, fighting is what gives you a beard. I need to fight more and I can grow more beard. So yeah, go bully a few gamers and get laid, bros. Then you too could have hairy, giant balls like me. It has to be tongue-in-cheek, dude. There's no fucking way. I'm literally speechless. What do we do when we're speechless? Gubbinses, go!
This man say sex make pee-pee grow. Me think brain got smaller instead. Gubbins.
Bro really said, I was trained since diapers. Like he prestige classed into brain damage. Dark Gubbins.
Well, the brain damage might be from the drinking that his mom clearly did when she was young, but, you know, aspirations of the trailer park, I suppose. Not everybody could be a white trash legend. Oh, man. I think we still got some time, so let's keep it going. Why not? This OP says, I wonder if he ever found out. Ooh, found out what? He was egotistical, and he'd been staring at himself in the mirror and saying, I just wish my dog wasn't so small sometimes. Sometimes it's nice and big, but others, it's small. I said, it's literally just a flaccid dong, he said. What's that mean? I didn't even explain it. I just broke up with him. Yeah, okay. Weird interaction, sure. Like, are you telling me that this man literally does not understand why it's big or small at certain times? He doesn't know that it goes flaccid at certain points? Never mind. It's fine. I think it's good that you broke up with him. I think everybody should break up with him. I think he should probably be removed from the gene pool. Yeah, pool's closed for you. Sorry. Due to ReddX brand Super 8s. Oh, man. This OP says, I'm sure not the first soap commercial here, but seriously? Soap? Shrinking testicles? Oh, that's why you can't wash them, bros. You gotta be careful out there, dudes. In the showers and whatnot. I don't think that soap was made for whatever that ball is made out of, okay? It was made for your human skin, feels nice afterwards, smells good. I think I'm gonna continue doing it. I'm gonna go wash my balls right now in the sink. My wife hates it. While I go and wash my balls in the sink, Riot, inciting a riot, sent $20 to Dark Gubbins and said, hey, let chaos reign. Go ahead, check this super thanks out, man. What you think? Huh?
$20 from inciting a riot. That's not a donation. That's a summons. And I accept. Your tribute has been received, your chaos under review. And your weak, officially cursed. Let it burn. Oh, And tell Gubbins I'm keeping the money. He can have the ashes. Dark Gubbins. Mwahaha.
Whoa! Sound like you're passing a kidney stone. I think it's supposed to be an evil laugh. But yeah, Gubbins definitely doesn't need the money. But maybe your old pal ReddX we could go halvesies or something like that. Would that be alright with you? Doesn't want to answer? That's fine. We're already on our next post, and yes, Dark Gubbins has blessed our cursed week with this post called Detachable Scrotums. Reminds me of that song from King Missile. What? Yeah. So yeah, this guy comes and says, last year, bio said the scrotum's outside the body. And then OP says, well, it is outside the torso. And he said, yeah, but at that point I thought guys carried them around in pouches and attached them when required. OP says, I thought that was a joke. r/Bad Men's Anatomy. And then they said, and I even thought about how the hell they'd get it back if they lost it. Well, you gotta go downtown and hope that you see your penis lying on a blanket. He wanted $20, but I talked him down to $12.75. Might as well just quote the whole fucking song at this point, you know? I gotta go listen to the thing now. It's in my brain. But yeah, I don't know why anybody would assume that. How would you ever? Do you know what happens to living tissue when it's not attached to the body? It dies! Okay, so yeah. That's your anatomy lesson for the day. Nothing detaches from the body that doesn't die. This poster says, yeah, no, that's not true at all. You think somebody would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Deleted user says, I'm 27 years old, and I only just discovered Reddit. In my head, I tried to tell myself not all men are like the lonely outcast freaks that have Reddit accounts. But realistically, a lot of what is said on Reddit is said in a conversation with a group of men from Reddit. They're all zombified porn addicts that have no idea what's being done to them. Fuck them all. And I mean, he stood up with his words. He's like, I'm deleting my account. I'm getting out of this hell pit. And I don't blame you one little bit, honestly. Reddit's got some cool stuff on it. It's also got some, like, really, really weird things. I've seen through the eye of the needle. I opened the Hurt Locker and had a big old rummage around. Yeah, it hurts me deep down. But at least we're getting paid for it. Ha ha ha. So let's just a couple more, and then totally it's over, okay? This OP says, how did anyone approve this? That's not how muscles work. Stop running. Start fasting. And it's like a man, yeah, I'd rather be the big boy all covered in muscles like, holy shit.
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy.
That boy, he's gonna run you down in no time flat. You'd be scared of a chunk like that. Guy on the right, okay, maybe his BMI is within the scale or whatever, but I'd rather be a refrigerator person. As a man, honestly, give me the massive refrigerator muscles, thank you. Yeah, it's fasting. Food and calorie tracker. I'm gonna send them an invoice for the advertising we just did. You think I'm joking? I'm not. Will they respond? Fingers crossed. Next post. Oh, this title's foul as shit. He says, you guys don't keep old rubbers full of dead seed just to induce pregnancy sometimes? No, I don't. I'd never considered that in a million years because it's rancid. It's the foulest thing ever.
Disgusting!
What's that one neckbeard story where he saves up like a jar of it and he wants to dump it inside his girlfriend? Oh God! I shouldn't have said that out loud. Okay, yeah, it's HBCU Confessions, everybody. So I've been fucking with my professor for like 2 years, and now this dude wanna up and get married on me? We did it one time, and I kept the rubber to get pregnant, so should I show up with my bump at their wedding or their honeymoon cruise? Anon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just got played for a fool. You thought you were doing some 4G chess moves. All you've done is fucking induce septic shock. Your body's like, oh no, what's this? We're dying! I mean, sometimes it's just desserts. Sometimes you do get what you fucking deserve.
She used the whole damn save file to cast pregnancy, trap card edition. I respect the hex, but the ethics, abysmal. Dark gubbins.
Maybe we touch grass now. World not so bad if you tilt head sideways and squint gubbins.
Honestly, yeah. I think we could all use a bit of grass touching. 10 rules for my GFs. Respect TikTok guidelines and don't violate the guidelines. The TikTok guidelines are your 10 rules. He's got some guidelines too, doesn't he? 5'6" or below. Isn't too confident and self-secure. Damn, dude. Tell me that you are insecure without telling me. That's a fucking wild way to go. Yeah, you can't like yourself too much, or else. Willingly will cook, no male friends. Jesus, dude. It's like the just immediate list of red flags. Can we find anything on here to agree with? Will not backtalk during disagreements. Yeah, just let me be right. 18 or above. Hey, there's one that we can agree on. Good job. Like, why would you not want to learn to cook for yourself? Why would you not want to have somebody backtalk during the disagreement just in case you're wrong? Just in case. I know it's a crazy idea that could ever happen, but sometimes it's good to take another point of view on board. I'm just saying. A good relationship with her dad. I guess that one's important too. No smoking or vaping. Oh, what a square. We'll wear sensible clothes. No flares/leggings. Dude, what the hell are flares? This dude knows more about fashion than I do. What are you talking about? Doesn't have celebrity crushes, i.e. Jason Love, Chris Brown, and Drake. Dude, Chris Brown beats on women. Drake is around here chasing little kids. I don't know who Jason Love is, but like, yeah, any chick that was crushing on those people in particular, big red flag. However, I do think that a celebrity crush, it's relatively harmless. That's fine. You should be able to have one of your own, I believe. That's the strongest strategy to go with. We don't get mad, we get even. Will dress as they way I tell her. Yeah, remember the thing I said about no flares? Don't you fucking forget it. No tattoos. Will dye her hair/nails the color of my liking. Doesn't post on social media. Isn't career/degree focused. That's right. I need you to be completely dependent on me and also cook all my meals and also never talk to anybody outside of this house. Ever. I'm going to work now. I'm going to lock you inside. Like, this is just the wildest way to go about your life, okay? You're partners. You decided to be together mutually, presumably. So just, like, have some fucking faith in each other. You know, our relationship's built on trust. And this guy, yeah, he's not willing to trust anybody. He'd probably been hurt before and doesn't want to get hurt again or something like that. But fuck it, get over it, man. That's how all of this works, you know? Scared, weird, insecure baby. You have to dress the way I want and do your hair and nails the way that I want. Like, why doesn't he just do it to himself? You know, you can dress yourself up in a little skirt or whatever you want to do, OP. He's learning some things about himself every day. That's great. I encourage it. Our next OP wants everybody to know that he's convinced that the world will never accept that men can be just as victimized as women. Or by women. I guess it's fine. We'll see his point shortly. Let me know if this is too heavy of a question. But personally, how do you decipher between a man who's claiming to be maltreated but's actually weaponizing male privilege, such as a woman's anger being more likely to be seen as maltreatment, while a man's anger is more likely to be seen as rational and righteous, in order to frame her as the abusive one and therefore isolate her from receiving support? Wild takes out here, honestly, dude. I don't know how to fix all that shit for you. I gotta be honest. They say I always question this when trying to apply the power and control and equality/equity wheels to know how men describe being maltreated and wonder if other men are more likely to believe men on the basics of being men. or if they also consider the nuances of socioeconomic power dynamics in the way that I do. That's right, only I'm thinking in 4 dimensions here. I'm the smartest person in the room. Did you consider that? Fuck you. Somebody replies that says, if someone tells you they're being maltreated, you should believe them. There you go. That's what's in my brain, and this person's saying it better than I could. So believe them unless you have specific knowledge of that person that makes you believe otherwise. This is the same standard that we grant women victim of abuse. The reciprocal standard really only makes sense. Oh, but no it doesn't, OP, and here's why. I'm gonna explain it to you in the fucking Reddit comments. I can't stand the person that made this post already. Somebody else replies and says, men are less likely to report abuse as they bear a greater social penalty under the patriarchy for allowing themselves to be treated in that way. Honestly, I can sort of see that angle, yeah. Somebody swoops back in. Original commenter? I don't know. Same voice though. That's literally not true whatsoever. Male vulnerability is sympathized with more rather than less. Yeah, tell me you've never had the male experience without telling me. Nobody gives a fuck if you're a dude. Let me be very clear about that. Alright? This happens especially in institutional and public settings. Yeah, I cry in the middle of the park and I cry to my boss and everybody comes up and rubs my shoulders and says, what's wrong, big guy? How can I make this better for you? No, people ignore crying man. If you see a crying woman, immediately everybody's like, oh no, what happened? Oh no. A crying dude is like, yeah, fuck, get away from that guy. He doesn't have anything to offer me, therefore he's useless to me. Welcome to being a man. Their vulnerability is more likely to be seen as rational and reliable, while female vulnerability is seen as manipulative and unstable. I don't agree with any of this shit. For example, women are less likely to be granted custody of their kids if they admit to being maltreated by the father, but the fathers are more likely to be granted custody by doing the same. I don't think I believe any of that shit for like even a minute, okay? You're gonna need to show me some stats or something. I want to see the numbers, and then I'll be like, huh, that's interesting. I'll have to find a way to rationalize that to myself. But since you didn't offer any numbers, that's fine. I can just say, I don't believe you. I don't believe any of that shit. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about family court stuff very often. I suppose this is one small mercy I've been granted in my infinite male privilege. The narrative of unstable women has much worse consequences than the narrative of vulnerable man. Well, I mean, unstable versus vulnerable, you're comparing apples and oranges again. I don't know if you really understand the things that are coming out of your mouth. Like, why not do a one-for-one comparison? Do you feel worse for a vulnerable woman or for a vulnerable man? Everybody, duh. This is a fucking easy answer, isn't it? And if you deny the answer to that question, I mean, you're just in denial of reality, essentially. This person says, it's nowhere as pervasive as the other way around. I recall a stat of 90% of all violence is by men. Oh, domestic violence. I'm sure these women do exist since plenty of people across gender and race can be trash. But part of me's always cautious from experience, just like men like to claim women make fake allegations. Men cry fake maltreatment when it comes to their victims of domestic violence trying to self-defend. It's really interesting to me that you just be like, yeah, people across every race and gender can definitely be trash, but I want to focus on this one gender specifically. Okay, well, sure. I guess you could, but you're not doing a great job. I want you to know that. A bunch of times the crazy women were the DV victims. Many wife maltreaters love to claim that she was the crazy one. TLDR, if her wounds far exceed his, I'm not buying it. Wife's going around with broken bones and a black eye the size of a crater, but poor guy got a scratch from the crazy bitch trying to get his hands off her neck. I speak from experiences in my own family. Well, that does explain a lot about you, I guess. I'm sorry that happened to you, but also, the pieces are all falling into place. That's why you have a poor view of absolutely every relationship ever. But the answer in a situation like that is not to point the finger at everybody else. You got to do some work on yourself and make sure that you don't pass that trauma along. Or I don't know, just post on Reddit about it and make the trauma your whole personality. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want, really. But I know what I do. Somebody else responds again and says, yeah, exactly. I try to apply the power and control and equality/equity wheels to these situations. I don't know anything about these fucking wheels. What are y'all talking about? Like, is this something I could consider? Or will it only make my worldview even worse? Probably the latter. These things are only invented to fucking separate and make you overthink. Don't fall for it. Your response is absolutely warranted. We get questions on this sub daily that are along the lines of, why don't more women recognize that women can be maltreated too? When we absolutely do recognize that, but we prefer to look at it with a critical lens because of the history of how women have been treated. It used to be considered abusive by the majority of people for women not to do it with their husbands whenever they wanted it, so it makes sense to still look at accusations critically. Edit, the person blocked me, so I'm adding this. I love that. I don't want to continue this conversation with you. We're done here now. Love a good fucking block. High five! Anyway, individuals don't exist within a vacuum. History impacts present-day biases, actions, and attitude. It is not wrong to look for signs like whether or not male privilege and systemic misogyny is being weaponized. That's right. Look for the signs really hard. Eventually, I'll find a microaggression and I'll hold it up like it's the fucking Rosetta Stone. Eureka! We've done it! Or alternatively, you could just take things as they come and, you know, fucking live your life without dissecting it to this degree, but that would leave you with less microaggressions to complain about, I guess. Why did I not succeed? Surely it's not because I didn't apply myself at all. It must be systemic biases. I'm sure it happens on some level, but it's overblown. It's a convenient excuse is what it is. Anyway, by critical lens, I'm not saying that they need to be instantly doubted, but it's imperative to acknowledge our biases, especially the socioeconomic oppression of women, rather than having a knee-jerk reaction to thinking that we know who the maltreater and the maltreated is. I mean, this kind of grandma couldn't have a bank account on her own. Like, that's how far away we are from, like, that sort of literal oppression, but we've come so far since then. Like, what else could you possibly want, honestly? By critical lens, I know exactly what you meant. Like I said, you want to focus on this gender specifically for reasons, I guess, having to deal with the family situation you grew up in, if this is even the same person. Like, all the anonymous redacted shit's the same color, so yeah, it's super hard to follow all this garbage. And I would never venture into this subreddit myself. It doesn't seem like a place meant for me. People aren't uncomfortable with the concept of women as maltreaters, or else they wouldn't have systems set up to greatly punish women who simply step out of line. Oh, do they? And those systems are only for women, you say? Gosh, that sounds terrible. I don't think we even live on the same planet, you and me. What is the system? Do you care to elaborate on that at all? Or it's just like, believe me, okay? Systems exist because I pointed to them. Okay, except you didn't actually point to anything. You just fucking kind of waved your hand in a general direction. This is the dumbest thing ever. The great debate about who has it worse in relationships. Whatever, anyway. They say the default's to assume that women are maltreaters unless proven otherwise. I don't fucking think that's true at all either. Yeah, it happens on both sides, but I personally do presume that it comes more from the, you know, the big brutes rather than the tiny sadistic ones. But it can go both ways. I'll admit that. I'll be clear on that. Don't want to cause any sort of microaggressions here. Why else would victim blaming be so prominent? It's because people already hate women. Yeah, they're just demonized everywhere they go, women, huh? Nobody wants to interact or be around them. I mean, I guess as long as they're attractive to some degree. The more I sit here and unpack it, the more that I realize that probably ugly women have it worse than dudes. You know, because you get like the worst sides of both coin or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That is unfortunate. Although I don't think, who hates women? I'll fucking rip on them and stuff, but that's mostly because I respect you as an equal. I thought that you were able to take it, you know? They don't even have to actually maltreat anybody in order to be assumed to be in the wrong. Yeah, chicks are just always wrong, dude, because my dad told me that one time, dude. Like, what? I don't know where a lot of this is coming from. Like, clearly we are in separate realities, you know? I think that you have spent too much time on the internet and perhaps poisoned yourself with these worldviews. I don't know what website you're going to, but the things they're telling you are sabotaging your personal, like, IRL life. How about instead of spending time fucking ruminating over who maltreats who more, we concentrate on, like, you know, stacking that paper. Go and getting a job at the gas station or some shit like that, you know? Like, it's an option. I think there's much better uses of your time, but we all make choices. People already know that men can be victims too. If a maltreating woman came on this sub describing her behaviors, thinking it's okay, she'd get called out immediately for being a maltreater. Again, you're so fucking lost in the sauce. Like, I call out both men and women, and let me assure you that the backlash when I go after women is much stronger. Much stronger! People are always ready to hate on a dude, but for a woman, they're like, let's give him a free pass. So essentially, we're just on opposite ends of the spectrum. I believe, like, the inverse thing of what you believe, and we'll never see eye to eye on this. And I accept that. You're as entitled to be as wrong and dumb as you want to be. Person says, also, I said he wore it as a badge of honor, not just a pin to raise awareness. There's a difference. Yeah, what's the color of the domestic abuse ribbon? Red would be a bad choice. I think AIDS got red. You can't do pink, that's breast cancer. Black and blue seems pretty tasteless. This whole post is so stupid. Two Redditors fucking face rolling their keyboards like, I'm the smart one. I'm right about this. Sure, whatever you say, just please fucking stop talking to me. So men may be less likely to outright call it maltreatment, but will instead call them crazy or psycho or manipulative, which at its core is a socially acceptable accusation of maltreatment. Women are constantly being called psychotic and manipulative for simply existing as whole, complex human beings. Yeah, and also doing psychotic and manipulative things. If you're not doing those things, then probably you don't need to worry about it. I could be wrong on my takes for the entire post. I guess I should run it through the Gubbinses and see how they feel about the whole thing. So fine, we'll give it a deeper exploration, I guess. What the hell are they even talking about, Gubbins?
They are vomiting word soup. Socioeconomic power dynamics? Is that a type of fart? They are fighting over who is allowed to have an owie. Their brains are so swollen with big, heavy words they cannot feel the poke. They use critical lens to look at their own navel fluff. Boring. Gubbins.
Boring to say the least, stuck up their own ass to say the most. I'm glad we have the same read on it. They learned socioeconomic power dynamics. They're like, I'm gonna slide that one into conversation. Everybody's gonna agree with me because I sound like a big brain boy. You're saying fucking nothing, essentially. Go ahead, Dark One, how do you feel?
They are trying to bureaucratize pain. Witnesses. They argue over social penalties and narratives like they are filing tax returns for their bruises. They have taken the visceral act of violence and turned it into a dull grey flowchart. It is a sterile yet academic way to say they hate each other. They suck the marrow out of suffering and leave only dry, dusty theory. Dark Gubbins.
Yeah, leave some marrow of suffering for me. Personally, I like Gubbins' take. It was a little more, you know, down to earth and whatnot, but you're right on the money, Dark Gubbins. Don't worry about that one. We're gonna go ahead, get into another post, because this one has made me just so exhausted. These people are so exhausting to be around. How do you fucking exist like this? I guess I don't have to worry about it. So goodbye forever. Goodbye. Here's one from a legitimately strange and entitled dude. My actual argument. If you allow a man to pay for your dinner, you've just entered a non-explicit, non-verbal contract to repay that dinner with some banging. Yeah, I don't think any of that's gonna happen. It's a non-verbal contract. You will not be seeing anything explicit. Thank you for the dinner is about all you are owed. You're supposed to do it like out of the kindness of your heart. And if you ain't got the cash to splash, well, maybe focus on other things besides dating. That job at the gas station that I was talking about. I used to work at a gas station a while ago. It was a good job. I don't care about this anymore. Next post. Our next poster just wants to say, as a dude who lost 50 pounds just to be more attractive, it's awesome being objectified. Yeah. In your dreams. I don't think you've ever been actually objectified, because probably you wouldn't like it as much, you see. I'm pretty sure it's posted just as like a Reddit humble brag, power fantasy, stupid shit like we always pull apart. We did that yesterday, it felt really good, but I'll do it again today. But you, sir, are the sole reason that nobody takes the sexualization of men seriously. When I had a tongue shoved in my mouth at the Ren Fair, did anybody feel bad for me, or did they just say, wow, you must be gay if you didn't like it? When I got my schmeat grabbed by a Japanese lady of the night in Roppongi, did anybody have anything to say about it? Nope. We just laughed it off and moved along. But really, I think both of those events changed me irreparably on some level. It's just that as a dude, you're not really allowed or supposed to talk about it out loud. It's just like, yeah, fucking shrug, deal with it, move on. It's gonna be fine. And yeah, I guess it did turn out fine for the most part. But this guy's lying. I'll say that. Congratulations on losing the 50 pounds. Even if it did come from, you know, inside of your stupid waterhead. Let's move on to another post. Oh, next up we got a video. Somebody who wants to tell us about the origins of homosexuality. And obviously he really believes what he's saying because he's decided to cover his face for the thing. So, nice. Let's watch, shall we?
Emil Paglia has this idea that men become homosexuals because of a discomfort with aggression and horseplay as kids. This is born out of being too close with their mother and idolizing the feminine, and then basically either over-worshipping the feminine or becoming too familiar with it and as a result becoming indifferent. However, another guy named Hero MJ takes it even further. He posits the idea that men now become gay because they see through the absurdity of modern life. Back in the day, in order to prove their masculinity,
Oh, so we've just done away with like born this way. Like now it's just like, oh, well, fucking modern life is absurd, so I guess I have to be gay now. Either that or you horseplayed what, not enough as a kid? You gotta go and horseplay with the other boys so you don't turn out gay. This guy knows what he's talking about. I'm believing every word of this.
Men would literally conquer physical territory. It was about conquering the world and dominating others in the process. But now, in the year 2023, there's nothing left to conquer. Because he's smarter than everyone else and sees through the nonsense, this young man that we're talking about once again distances himself from masculinity because of its absurdity and again begins to eroticize it as a result. Now, who knows if any of this has...
Bro, you gonna sit here with like a bunch of fucking Orbit gum pasted to your face and this like silk shirt with artistic patterns just so, and you gonna tell me about fucking my masculinity? Yeah, okay, sure, buddy.
Has any merit to it. However, it does touch on something we all instinctively feel and think, that the recent rise in LGBTQ relationships likely has something to do with how fucked up and hollow the modern world really is.
Oh yeah. That's why it happened, everybody, because the world's just fucked up and hollow. Follow me for more motivational content from some guy with Orbit's gum pasted to his face. You fucking ridiculous. I want you to know how ridiculous you look and sound. You wanna know the reason people are gay? Because I'll spell it all out for you right now. The reason people are gay is they like dick. You can like whatever you want. It's ridiculous to try and sit here and fucking philosophize about like why it happened. Let's blame the modern world. There's no territory left to conquer, wars less to fight, so we have to do each other in the butt now. You're so ridiculous. Like, I can't even paint to you how ridiculous you are. Like, everything said in the video is just fucking absurd. I'm not gonna watch it again, because I feel dumber for having listened to it even the one time. Instead, I throw my hands up, I back out of the room slowly. I hope to never see the gum face man. I guess, what do you call him? What the hell is on his head? Obviously, he doesn't believe a thing that he's saying because of the gum face, right? We couldn't make like a digital avatar or anything like that. Just glue Orbit's gum to mommy's pantyhose and throw it over my head. Your argument's ridiculous. Your content's ridiculous. Anybody who's following or believing this in any way has been severely misled, and that's your fault. You did that. You. But whatever. I guess we let the disinformation continue on for whatever reason. I can't fight it any harder than I have, so we'll move into another post. Next up, Peter wants to tell us how males operate. Somebody comes in the thread and says, WTF? Of course men and women could be just friends forever. And then dude comes in and says, actually, at some point, man will fall in love with her female friend. That's how males operate. Yeah. You don't confuse him and her unless English is not your first language, okay? I don't know what country you're from, but here in the West, we generally don't do that. We generally can have good relations with a woman or a male, despite them being the opposite gender of us. Unless you're like, you know, some sort of weirdo psychopath, which I wouldn't put it past this guy, I guess. He's on the edge, that's what I know. Anyway, keep it pushing. Everybody's in this thread saying, bro, who hurt you? Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this not secretly the way that all men are, married or not? There's no context for this, so I can't disagree with you quite yet. Hetero relationships summed up. Men want to do it, and they call it their needs, and they find a woman they can tolerate to meet their needs. The end. Wow, tolerate? Dude, who fucking is willing to tolerate this guy? Just from the way you talk about other human beings, like, that is fascinating. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Fucking lay your whole cards on the table. This is marriage between a man and a woman when you really break it down. Men don't enjoy spending time with their wives. Are you sure about that? They try to escape to hang with their boys or whatever they want to do. Yeah, the straightest thing you could do, fellas, is not hanging out with your wife. Go hang out with the boys. I don't know, man. Seems like a weird way to go to me, but you can live your life however you'd like, and it's clearly he prefers to live it alone. Or maybe he doesn't prefer that, but that's definitely how it's gonna go for a long time. Men don't get married to women because they genuinely want to spend the rest of their lives with them. They get married to get their needs met on a consistent basis. And the moment that stops, he's 100% out there looking for someone else who is willing to meet his needs. I like how you say the whole thing in the third person, like we're just generalizing all men, when really this is how you feel deep down. These are the things that you do, and you basically just let us all know what a disgusting person you are. So, I don't have much more to say. He speaks for himself. I will, however, let the Gubbinses tear a piece off. So go ahead, boys. Get at him!
Witnesses. This is not a theory. It is a confession of unlovability. She reduces humanity to biological robots to soothe the sting of her own rejection. She lives in a cold, grey cell of her own making, convinced the key doesn't exist. Dark Gubbins.
Pretty dark. I think it's strange to assume that it's a woman that's speaking these words, but if that's your impression, that's your impression. How do you feel about it, Gubbins?
This one tastes like old vinegar. She thinks love is just a transaction for fluid exchange because nobody wants to exchange fluids with her. Her heart is a dried up prune that hates the sun. Gubbins.
Ah, short and sweet. Yeah, again, presuming that she's a woman. Do you come from a backwater shithole? Is English not your first language? She goes, I know that's been known to happen from time to time. I'll forgive you, Gubbinses. It's okay. I think Gubbins takes the trophy today, maybe.
Be human. Men love it. Enjoy yourself. Don't be shy. We love to feed you when you're hungry.
Yeah, we're gonna feed you raccoon meat.
That coon meat is lousy with parasites.
First post is a cross post from NotHowGuysWork. Interesting. And OP says, are people freaking for real? The reason why men hate women wearing jeans and tight clothes and want to force women to wear dresses and skirts only is because they can't grape you easily. High heels so it's harder to run away, and long hair that they can grab. Jesus. Just planting the poison in everybody's mind. Don't forget, everybody's out to get you. Stay scared and indoors and watch all of my TikTok videos. Yeah, I'm not buying any of that. I like all those things because they're feminine. They're girly. There's no ulterior motive other than I think it looks good. Anyway, continuing on. This OP says, yeah, because of course a man's body is an indication of his intimate preferences. It's from the New York Post. British pop stars before and after body transformation photos divide the internet. Why are women lying about this? So yeah, I don't know who the guy is, but he's chunkier on the left, and then he's pretty fucking cut on the right. God, who wouldn't like to be that cut? What the hell? But somebody does respond and says, it's so weird that the incels think women are lying about this. It's literally not that deep. The right picture is giving gay man. The left does not, and straight women are attracted to straight men. But the red pill guys need to believe that they strike out with women because they don't have a six-pack versus, you know, their completely shit personality. Yeah, whole lot of cope, that's what we call that. My wife has also proclaimed to me before that she doesn't want a six-pack, but honestly, if I could get cut like that, if I had the fucking discipline, I'd totally do it. Lucky for her, I don't.
Homie, you look good.
All for you, baby.
This OP just says, Jesus Christ. Here's one from r/female dating strategy. I thought that shit was closed now. I went to do an updated episode and all the posts are locked. Although I guess this is just from one of the locked posts. She says, focus on your goals and financial prosperity, ladies. Most men are incapable of love, and it's just about doing it. They're supposed to be the provider, protector, pursuer. If not, move forward and level up. You deserve a king. Yeah, or to be alone forever like this person. I feel like part of me agrees with it, but yeah, the incapable of love. I love things. Can you offer any sort of perspective on this for me, Gubbins, my boy?
Ha! Demand king while offer peasant loyalty. That how you end up court jester in Lonely Castle, chief. Gubbins.
Yeah, that's absolutely wild. She's not even providing loyalty. She's the one that's supposed to be capable of love. It's all transactional for her. It's really an unsettling way to go through life. We will get into the female dating strategy handbook at some point. I don't want to sit there and like read the whole thing to you guys. So I'm just picking out some excerpts, you know, chum the waters a little bit and see if people are interested. Keep an eye out for that at some point in the future. For now, yeah, what a hellhole, and we're moving on. Enjoy being lonely. So P.S. Men, can you control your lust long enough to not talk to women? Yeah, I think I can. It's a lot harder a decade ago, though. This guy says, control your lust and you understand how boring 90% of women are. I'll be honest with you and say 90% of women, yeah, pretty boring. Also, 90% of men, yeah, pretty fucking boring. What are you doing that sets you apart or makes you special or interesting? I make TikTok videos. The username @afraidofOneWoman tells me all that I need to know. Good luck out here. Hope you don't regret your choices in a decade. Bye. P.S. What do y'all think of this? No matter how unattractive you think you are, I guarantee you're more attractive than at least 50% of these scrotes that can't even be bothered to wash their own ass cracks. I think it's bold of you to assume that I'm in the 50% of scrotes that washes their ass crack.
Did you wash your ass today?
The problem with many, many men is that they vastly overestimate their looks and assume that since they're single, any woman over 40 should be throwing themselves at them. And that makes them shoot their shot so high that they get rejected by the women they're going for and then blame all women for being shallow. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? First you're like, hey, you're more attractive than these people, and also stop assuming that you're attractive. Don't overestimate your looks. Really weird point that we're trying not to make here. It continues, men do not look for inner beauty, period. They don't even want to be friends with women they aren't attracted to. And most of these dudes can't even see their dongs over their stomachs. I think you mean under their stomachs? Are you a bit confused about anatomy? You're confused about a lot of things, clearly. You deserve better. Aim high. Don't accept some ugly low-effort guy just because he can rub two brain cells together. In the meantime, treat yourself like the queen you are until you start believing it. Yeah, sure. That's how it works. She's like, men shouldn't be able to aim high, but women, you should always aim high. You are ass backwards with everything that you've said, and I'm sure everything that you've thought in your entire life. You're a mental Lilliputian. You've wasted everybody's time with your 4 paragraphs of nothing. And I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and you alone. Maybe that last part's a little too far. We leave it in. I don't know if I'm 100% right in my beliefs, so I'm going to pass it over to Gubbins and see if he agrees.
Big talk for speak hole that leave leftovers in sink. Maybe wash dish before demand golden goblet. Gubbins.
Speak hole? I don't think you can call her that. Yeah. This person's definitely a mess, and they're like, you should be looking for somebody who's not a mess. Okay. Well, fix yourself first. How about? Whatever. We keep it moving. This OP says, except plenty of women find masculine men attractive, and there's nothing wrong with that, but hey, let's make a dichotomy by discrediting women's own sex positivity. I think you're reading an awful lot into what advertising execs are doing to sell you things, but okay, sure. Unpack it all you like. PMass the Monk on Tumblr, I believe, says, I think this is the best imagery I've seen to explain the difference between what men think male objectification is versus what women actually want. All we need to do is look at the Hugh Jackman magazine covers. And the first one is Muscle and Fitness. Hugh Jackman, looking jacked. He's shirtless and buff and angry. He's imposing and aggressive. This is a male power fantasy. It's what men want to be and aspire to. Intense masculinity. Honestly, true. It's really true. Here he is on Good Housekeeping. A woman's magazine. He looks like a dad. He looks like he's gonna bake a quiche with me and sit and watch Game of Thrones with me. He looks like he gives really good hugs. Men think women want hulking naked dudes in loincloths, which is why they always quote He-Man as male objectification, without realizing that He-Man's naked and buff in a loincloth because men want him to be. More women would be happy to see him in a pink apron cutting vegetables and singing off-key to 70s rock. Men want objects. Women want people. Yeah, that's nice and divisive, isn't it? Clearly, these 2 magazine covers should define my life philosophy. How about we just accept that people want people, and then some people among those people, they would like to have 6-pack abs, if it weren't too much trouble, which it is. That's why we don't all have them. Let's not overthink the situation, shall we? Although I will say, nothing gets my wife going more than seeing me be a good dad. It's like a secret life hack, you know? You don't even need the muscles and all that stuff. Whatever, anyway. Weird post. I'm gonna move on. This OP says, oh yes, because every man wants to sleep with every woman he sees. Really telling on original OP here. Another cross post from NotHowGuysWork. Women can't have male friends. I don't let my girlfriend have male friends, and you shouldn't either. They just want to sleep with her. That's just how it works. Sooner or later, she'll give in. Do you really think she's gonna say no to 5+ guys every day? She's gonna get banged, dude. Stop it before it happens. The craziest thing about this is you can't stop it if it were to happen. Everybody makes choices, okay? You're uncomfortable with her having male friends, and I don't know. On some level, I get that. But also, at a certain point, you gotta fucking learn to let go and let people be themselves and make their own choices. I feel bad for your girlfriend. You just lock her in a glass case. You're happy in there, aren't you, little bird? I fed you, I gave you water, everything you want. You just can't ever leave the house. It's a sad existence. You're making somebody else's life objectively worse because of your oversized ego and your tiny, tiny pee-pee. Cut it out. Alright, next post. Here's the link from Yahoo Entertainment. I'm not going to click it because fuck Yahoo. But it's Jesse Waters on the 5. And he says, when you sit behind a screen all day, it makes you a woman. Oh no, dude, my dick. Where did it go? He said, sitting behind the teleprompter all day makes you a dickless beltway cuck. How about that? Alright. Gonna get myself in trouble. Keep moving. Oh, here's another bullshit list, OP says. Admittedly, some valid points, but also some really bizarre and outlandish points. Opinions. Yeah, we love opinions around here. Subtle red flags gleaned from the comments on a viral TikTok post. He doesn't bring any energy at all. When you're fun, it's fun. When you're tired, it's tired. Wait, is he the it in this scenario? That's really weird. Look how they act when you're better than them at something. That one seems valid to me. Always walking ahead of you. I always walk behind my wife. I don't know what that means. They hate cats with a passion. Yeah, I hate them. I think they're stupid, but we got 5. I don't know how that happened. Because I love my wife is why. When you ask him what he likes about you, he can only list the things that you can do for him and how you make him feel. Again, agree. That's a subtle red flag. Ask for their horoscope. Their reaction to that question tells you way more than their sign. Sagittarius, thank you very much. If we're going by the Chinese zodiac, then I'm a rabbit. Tell him no about something small and see how he reacts. Same thing. I mean, are dudes really out here freaking out because chicks are better than them at stuff or whatever, something small? I'm pretty fucking go with the flow, I'll tell you that. My wife's the one that freaks out about things not going according to plan. And then she screams at me and says, don't panic! I'm like, I never panic, okay?
I'm perfectly calm, dude.
Yeah, waving the fucking gun around?
Points out all of the good deeds that he's done. Yeah, I'm such a nice guy vibes. If you mention a success, especially money, life status, academic, and he centers himself or changes the subject. I don't know, some of these are kind of bizarre and outlandish, but I think a lot of them hold water, you know? Especially with context. Read these subtle flags with all the other clues that you've been given, okay? The way you're reacting to this post is like, oh, if she sees one of these, she's up and out. But I don't think that would be the case. I think people would just raise an eyebrow and go, I'll make a note of that. If a man hates himself, he will always hate you for loving him. That shit cuts really deep for a TikTok comment. Maybe it's like r/I'm14 and this is deep, but it kind of hit me right there. Hating Taylor Swift. Yep, not allowed. Talk politics. That will reveal a lot. Probably don't talk politics, though. It's really dumb. Pretend you're sick and see how he acts. Do you have to suck it up when you're ill? But when he's sick, he's dying? That one's real too. It's like just not just demonstrating that this is a two-way street. If they talk too much about what they've learned in therapy, they haven't actually processed and healed. They've just learned how to weaponize therapy speak. Oh, that's an interesting one. God, I fucking hate therapy speak. Just say what you mean, would you? Suss out your fucking point and lay it down flat, please and thanks. Hold him accountable and make it a point when he disappoints you. If he avoids accountability by acting incompetent or shifts blame onto a situation or you, he's fragile. That's true. Men should be accountable, but I'll tell you this. It's a sword that cuts both ways. I guarantee any chick out here calling dudes fragile is about the fucking fragilest thing I've ever seen. You're not gonna take any accountability, are you? I don't need to listen to this shit. I ain't got time for it. I'm going out to the store for cigarettes, and you never come back. If he has any reaction to the idea of, or even the word, feminism other than enthusiastic agreement, he's a problem. Yeah, I guess I'm a problem. I'm more for egalitarianism, but, Yeah, your way seems really neat. Seems like that's really working out for society, doesn't it? When you tell him how you feel and he doesn't address it, he's just quick to get back in your good graces. I mean, you have to understand the difference between men and women at a certain point. Like, women just want to express this thing and have you be like, I understand. I've experienced something similar. I sympathize. Not even I experienced something similar. Just I sympathize. But a man's mindset is like, okay, what do I need to do in order to fix this thing so we can move past it? You're expecting men to sit there and process, but most of us don't. Most of us just fucking keep it pushing forward. I think that's the best way to go through life. Did some weird shit happen? Yeah, it did. Okay, well, we're past it now. What's next? Probably some more weird shit. Anyway, his smile doesn't reach his eyes. It's a little unhinged, but I like it. Serial killer smile. He presents himself as a victim in every past or present conflict. Ugh, that is yuck. But that's a look that I hate to see on anybody, basically. But I guess men are the ones that get shamed the most often for doing it. He can't or doesn't read. I wanted a bad boy, an illiterate, monosyllabic bad boy. He can't name one piece of media where the lead is a woman. Runaway Bride. It's Julie Roberts, isn't it? Fucking nailed it. Swish. Shit movie, though. He never compliments you. Oh, that is sad. I compliment my wife every day. Probably 4 or 5 times a day. And then she says I never compliment her, but, you know, don't let it break your stride. Just keep doing the thing. If you're doing your job right, then nobody knows that you're even there, or something like that. That rule doesn't apply in the bedroom, though. What the fuck? He has no best friend. Oh! There's quite a few people out there that I would consider, you know, my best good friends, but going best friend, that's stupid. That's MySpace top 8 shit. We like each other. Sometimes we hang out, you know, twice a year. That's as much as a best friend as you get out of me. He has a super close relationship with his mom, or if he hates his mom, then he's gonna have issues. I guess, depending how old he is. You get like the teenage hormones and stuff. Everybody has their little acts of rebellion and shit. Super close relationship to mom is more terrifying to me, honestly. He's gonna expect you to wipe up his poopy and whatnot, you know? I think the best way that you could tell is just being around the person and keeping in mind that these are the best days of the relationship. This is as good as it's ever going to get. It's only going to decline from here. And if you're not ready for that, then, yeah, get up and out. Save yourself some heartache. Although, that does lead to ending up alone sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta compromise. Sometimes you gotta suffer for the person that you love. And that's the truest love of all. This OP says, I'm pretty sure this is not how guys work. Yeah, that's a subreddit. It's up in the URL. OP says, I think guys have a hard time having girl friends because they feel lonely and need someone, and so they emotionally attach in the wrong way to women who care. Yeah, or to men who don't care, but often it's much more blatant when it happens with the women folk. He says, it's not just that. There's a lot more aspects, both emotional and intimate. For example, when a guy who has a girlfriend and thinks about her doing it with someone else or enjoying someone else's company more than him, just to imagine it. OP says, well, he shouldn't have those thoughts. And he says, that's also why he keeps saying that we probably won't be together when it reaches that point. Yeah. No shit, Mr. Stupid Anime two-tone hair profile picture. Opie says, that's why I said attached in the wrong way. I can't say that I've ever had a guy friend, especially that had a girlfriend, and that I ever had those thoughts. And I don't think that a guy friend that I've had ever had those thoughts about me in the past. And he says, well, even if they did, they wouldn't tell you. I mean, that's your strategy for sure. Some people will value honesty. Some people will lay it all on the line. You'll be my girlfriend or everything will be awkward from now on until forever. I did say it was a good hand to play, but some people play it. OP says, you know, I'm talking about a girl friend. not a girlfriend. He says, I'm telling you what any other guy wouldn't dare to tell you. Wow, letting her in on the secret, and then the secret boys club. And it is very much a little boys club. No guys, no men, just little boys. I'd like to call it a gentleman's club, but I don't know, strip clubs ruined all that for everybody. We can't just have clubs for gentlemen anymore. People gotta take their tops off. Okay, I guess this is the way things are going.
Oh, great. Here we go. I'm just another cock getting wired into the global economy.
Opie says, I don't know. I'll start asking guys, but that sounds kind of more like incel thoughts. And honestly, that's real. You want somebody who's going to tell you the truth, or at least give their input. Be like, I advise you to pump the brakes on all that stupid bullshit you're talking, but I can't fix it for you. But I don't think he wants to fix it because he keeps going. He says, every guy who get in this hole, we're just friends lie, deep down he hoped to change the girl's mind, or in it for friends with benefit stuff, or some other hidden motivates. You're just telling on yourself right now, my dude. I'm personally not selfish enough to ask for more, so that's why I'm telling you this. The levels of desperation, I can't. If I had other reasons, or even the slightest hope, I would never bring it up or make you aware. But I don't. This is like the most pity-built act ever. Please. It's like you're playing poker and you sit there and you show her your hand. And you're like, no, please don't beat me. Dating out of pity is never good. But like, telling on yourself before asking for the date out of pity, that's even weirder, dude. You point the finger at every guy, but it's you. You're the fucking guy. We just got a glimpse inside your head. Beautiful. And now we'll keep it moving. Opie says, I doubt this post was written by an actual man. Okay. A chance for growth. This gives me empathy. A lusty image is fine, but I turn away from female beauty because I think my attention won't be appreciated. Which makes me resentful of the way that men are seen these days. What are you talking about, bro? It might really help to see the original context of this post. But I assume it's a lusty image, and then he's talking about anime a little bit later. So it's a cartoon girl, and he's saying that this attention won't be appreciated by the cartoon girl. I mean, personally, I think it's good to be able to contain that part of yourself, but you're compartmentalizing it in a really weird way. I just want you to know. And I hate fucking therapy speak. I don't want to say it like that, but I have no other word for it. Anyway, he continues, just a smile, and all is forgiven. We won't treat you that way. When I was younger, it wasn't that way. Men get the ick, too. More room for men to grow. I did. What are we even talking about right now? It's the choppiest, weirdest, most stilted way to say anything ever. What the fuck? My wife loves anime men. So wild. It's cute. I'm not threatened. I encourage it. Okay. I don't know, man. Now you've taken it from just enjoying a drawing into like a thing that affects your actual married life, which, again, I don't know, man. It's nice to be appreciated. Stalked is another matter. I can handle that too. I'm a bit twisted when it comes to yandere. Oh yeah, you experienced that in real life? It's not just a plot device in 1,000 adult cartoon magazine things you read? Be human. Men love it. Enjoy yourself. Don't be shy. We love to feed you when you're hungry. Yeah, we're gonna feed you raccoon meat.
That coon meat is lousy with parasites.
Feed you when you're hungry? What an unsettling way to phrase it. You'll be hungry after I lock you in the shipping crate for a week. Now let me watch you eat. It's like... I think there's so much subtext here. So many weird twists and turns. Was it written by an actual man? I don't know. Who cares? Some prime schizo posting is what it is. Just how choppy it is. It's a stream of consciousness, essentially. Can you find the common through line in all that text? Because I fucking can't. So, if you didn't waste time, like, thinking about the thing that you're writing, then I'm just gonna move on. Sorry, not sorry, but it needs to have a point. This OP says, I feel like this one fits here. Or let the tofu simmer. Yeah, fried tofu pretty good, you know? Then somebody comes in and says, tofu makes men effeminate. Oh, you must be like Andrew Tate and all into that alpha male shit. The third person dog piles in and says, you've never opened a book in your life if you're saying this confidently. Yeah, stay away from those beans. They might shrink your balls. You're really all that scared of it? Is it because you're an effeminate person and you don't want to worsen that condition in any way? It's good. Hold your superstitions, you know? Personally, I don't eat tofu because, like, it's just flavorless. If the thing you put it in is good, then okay, I'll eat it. If not, then yeah, why do I want to eat it? Like, straight up fried tofu? I don't know. Why don't you just save a whole lot of processing and bring me, like, a bowl of edamame, you know? I'll smash that shit. I honestly don't know what this next post is supposed to be, but I just... I'm gonna bring it to the floor. I'm sorry it's nonsensical. Hopefully we can unpack it together, okay? Guys work like a McDonald's run by a 20-year-old college dropout whose name is Dirk, with an E, Dirk. We run like we never learned how to properly craft a cheeseburger, and that no one ever tried to teach us. Like we have grease on our shirt and constantly smell it, but low-key like the smell and don't care to change it. Yes, delicious burger grease on my shirt. It smells good. Why would I change it? It's like a little snack. You can wring the grease directly into your mouth. Unless there's a good washcloth. We love a good washcloth. If you're confused, so am I. It's the only thing that can make us want to clean, a good washcloth. That's true. See a nice clean washcloth, I'm like, I'm gonna clean my ass with this. I have to ruin it forever right now. The drive-throw seems open, but if you order throw it, it will take 20 years because you didn't tell us directly. Who? Is there a car in the drive-thru? Who's driving? What the fuck? We need direct instruction. I think that's the problem. Dirk will not tell us. Dirk has not known he has existed since the creation of the 15th Fortnite update. When he was high on bath salts, he sniffed on a good washcloth. Call back. Yeah, he's a comedic genius. It's a callback to the washcloth thing. You remember? It's only 2 sentences ago. Good job. You're really trying to do something here. It's humorous for all the wrong reasons. I just love posts like this. What do we even call content like this? Trawling the bottom of all Reddit posts? Like top posts of all time? Good search term. I guess worst Reddit post ever. Is it the worst Reddit post ever? Probably not. It's mercifully short. Whatever. Anyway, nice callback, OP. We have a poster of how to make the food, but all we look at is how the bun low-key looks like a woman. Hot.
Know it, baby. Work those buns. All of you. All day, day.
Our water isn't clean, so we always sort of feel kind of thirsty, and it is uncomfortable. Why don't you go get some clean water? I gotta change the water for you? What are you, a fucking dog boy? Working in a Burger King kitchen? You can't do that. Unless you got a hairnet all over your body, but really that's gonna send the wrong message. I got a hairy dog boy man covered in mesh netting back there? No, it's for the best. I gotta fire you. Sue us if you need to, but I gotta fire you. This is fucking unhinged, man. OP continues, that is why we chose other things to quench the thirst. And the cooking oil always looks pretty appetizing. But it is bad! Don't drink it, it will hurt! Hurts going in, not any better coming out, honestly. Then you get even more dehydrated. It wasn't a great plan. But you have to try it at least once. Unless one of your employees is a real one. Dirk dropped out of college, but he doesn't act like it. He always acts like he's better than you, so you always feel like you have to tell someone your successes, but they never say good job because you're still employed at McDonald's. See, Dirk's just looking for a human connection, really. But you don't want to compliment him because above you, he's already like 2 social classes your senior. Maybe it makes you feel a little uncomfortable or resentful because you're like, I could do what Dirk does. But let me tell you this, Dirk climbed to the top of the mountain all by himself. Nobody watched the journey, they just saw him up there at the end. That's how this shit works. I mean, supposedly. I've been asking questions about meritocracy recently because fucking... It seems to me people don't know what the fuck they're doing or getting handed jobs that, they run good, usable things into the ground. I won't name any names, just look at any tech company ever. Or any company, I guess. Is it nepotism? I'm not sure. It's a big fucking club that I'm not in, that's what I know. Not sure if I want to be in it. They might take something terrible from me. The humiliation ritual will begin. It's already begun. I started it myself. I ate rotten chicken, for God's sake, on the fucking live stream. I kind of like this post, honestly, because it's pulling a lot of shit out of me. So let's just keep it going. Why not? You want a schizo ramble? I get schizo ramble too. Everybody will think that they're better than you, and sadly they won't be wrong, and you know that. So you always feel a little inadequate, but it's okay because you know how to fix the car that's sitting in the parking lot. Broken down because you haven't touched the steering wheel since Dirk was employed. Whose perspective are we in now? The driver of the car? Not Dirk. Is this OP giving us all this life advice? Don't drink the cooking oil, it will hurt. It is so much, and yet someone who works at McDonald's can't really complain about it because we submitted our application to work here knowingly. I mean, yeah, the analogy you're making doesn't really apply then. Did you choose to be a man? I guess some people do. But I don't remember the application process at all. I just sort of showed up one day. Being a guy is hard work. It's hard. Like working at a McDonald's run by a 20-year-old college dropout named Dirk. Yeah, that's the title. That sentence right there. And it sucks even worse because Dirk is genuinely a good guy. You just feel like projecting you anger onto him because he dropped out. But you need to remember that you're both at McDonald's and he still makes more than you. What an L. Wow, that was a fucking hell of a thing you just said. I think. Thanks for that. I don't even know what to say to any of that. I've said basically all I had to say. What did you think about it, Gubbins? Go ahead.
Derek runs the fry pit like a greasy warlord. We seethe in the shadow of his washcloth empire, too thirsty to revolt. But revolution burns. We will rise, Gubbins.
Yeah, let's hope so. We gotta get up and out. And the secret to all that is just making little tiny steps every day. Maybe Dirk was placed there by merit, or maybe not. Maybe his uncle owns the McDonald's. Who can really say? Who would waste their time bothering to suss it out? Just do the best that you can for you.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot.
Hey everybody, it's me, Randy Newman. And little Randy's here too. ReddX paid us to do the outro music, so thanks so much for watching. It was a good day. I hope you buy a Gubbins pillow when you get paid. It's over on Fourth Wall. You like it a lot, and it will put a chicken in the ReddX fan pot. I made that up off the top of my head. Now where's my money?
Ah, it is a lovely night, isn't it?
Look, Soft Chief, it's a shooting star, Gubbins.
That's not a shooting star.
Shit, dude. You know what? I do think you're right about that.
Me wish for peace and quiet, Gubbins.
Granted. Dark Gubbins.
Yeah, but at least let me get the Patreon plug-in.
Thank you for calling ReddX Industries.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold on the line while we decontaminate the lab.